let the worries slip away. Liquid lunch, we're living for today. There's Troy laughing with his gin and a grin, telling stories about where he's been. Boomer's got whiskey, he's loosening his tie, chasing dreams under a midday sky. The bartender knows us, he's mixing with flair. Every sip's a moment we're happy to share. Liquid lunch, pour it smooth, let it flow. Friends round the table where the good times grow. Raise a glass, let the worries slip away. Liquid lunch, we're living for today. The clock don't matter, we're lost in the vibe. Jazz in the air, feel the soul come alive. From martinis to bourbon, we're riding the wave. Stealing this hour, it's the freedom we crave. Sun's still shining, but we're in our zone. This bar's our shelter, our temporary home. One more round before the world calls us back. Savor the moment, keep the blues in the rack. We'll laugh and we'll toast till the afternoon fades. Memories made in these liquid escapades. Liquid lunch, pour it smooth, let it flow. Friends round the table where the good times grow. Raise a glass, let the worries slip away. Liquid lunch, we're living for today. So here's to the daylight, the drinks and the fun. Our liquid lunch, till the next one comes. With a wink and a smile, we'll be back real soon. Chasing that jazz under the high noon.
Salute and welcome. Welcome to a thankful Thursday. I'm thankful for today. I hope you all are too. Let's say hi to everybody. Starting with first person to comment was Nate from Geek Flag with Nate Knows. As we have learned from the Writing Raven and Master of the TDS, we can't just like and subscribe. We have to like, comment, share, and subscribe to defeat the YouTube algorithms. Yes, I was saying that Culture Casino was talking about this too, and he's been pointing out, and I don't know if you know who discovered this, but people have been talking about this for a while, really. Trying to figure out the YouTube algorithms is like the allegory of the cave, but you can see very demonstrable things happen, and you can draw correlations. And people talking about being unsubscribed, not getting notifications, and so forth. You also have to look at how engaged you are with the channel. So, are you hitting the like button? Are you sharing out that stream? Are you engaging with the chat? And very importantly, are you commenting, after the stream? Like if you come back and watch on the rerun or something like that. Those comments actually have become huge in pushing the engagement algorithm, which apparently is far more important than actual views. Don't ask me why. That makes absolutely zero sense, but that's seems to be the route that YouTube has taken. So that's why I so appreciate people like Connie Cleary and Lynn Green especially, who, and a lot of you actually do this too, but those two are real standouts, because it's like they comment every single video, whether they were here in the chat or not. They come back and leave a comment. And in fact, Lynn's comments are great because she starts whole conversations in the chat. So it's almost worth it to come back and read through the chat and see what everyone's been saying. Catch up with some of the Martini Gallery members that you missed by being here live because they came by later on. Big Al Presents is hoping everyone is having a lovely day and enjoys the show. Sending healing vibes to you, Troy, and all who need them. Super, super appreciate that, Big Al. Going to talk about how important it is. You don't have, I mean, if you believe in prayer, prayer is always appreciated. But even if you don't believe in prayer, there is absolute quasi-demonstrable evidence that there is some sort of a gestalt, collective unconscious that shapes our reality. And, channels like Flow with Jess and, okay, you may say it's kind of woo-woo and whatnot, but they seem to be engaged in something that has more truth to it the more we learn. And, this whole idea of putting an intention out into the universe, again, I know it sounds woo-woo, but there really is something in that. Whether you call it prayer, whether you call it meditation, good vibes, whatever you want to call it, it really does help. And let's face it, at the bare minimum, a comment like this is just Big Al showing he cares, that he's got empathy, and that helps. That in and of itself helps. It really, really does. I really do appreciate it. Something else to be thankful for on this Thursday. Thankful that Curtis Selby's lunchtime could coincide with us today. So glad you're here today, Curtis Selby. And, of course, JPRPH1, channel member, dropping the membership emojis. Thank you so much, my friend. Good to see you. There's Network calling me the love of her life because apparently I am, and I appreciate that. There's nothing I appreciate more than that in this life. She says, like, share, subscribe, become a member. Absolutely. And Netter, I think you're going to have to add and leave a comment because engagement matters. Engagement really does matter. See, that's what we're getting at today, Curtis. Thankful for each one of you. Absolutely. Absolutely. Yo, Joe! Good to see you, my friend. Good to see you. And hail all, smash the like button and enjoy the show, says Jonathan Conroy. Yes, good afternoon to you as well. What works for you works for you. Who cares if it's woo-woo? Their opinion doesn't matter anyways. I do like to think that positivity begets positivity, but negativity absolutely can promote negativity as well, which we have learned from social media, if from nowhere else. Someone is the dreamer and we are the dream. Unless we are the dreamer who dreamed and then lives inside the dream. Let us get to it now. I am going to bring up... Well, I'm going to start bringing something up. I'm not quite ready to bring it up yet, but I am going to start talking. If you guys have seen the channel description, today I am talking about very specific friends that I am grateful for today. I figured, and this isn't necessarily how I'm gonna, I know we talked about Jess one week, and I don't want you to think that I'm necessarily going to start singling out people all the time. This is meant to be a little bit more general than that, but I want to use a couple of examples, and specifically, I want to be thankful today for So we have friends that we grew up with, that we know face to face, that we get together with and share a meal with. We also have friends that we have met online and may have never actually been in the same room at the same time to have ever met face to face. And that's a pretty firm distinction. You can have a relationship, but there are limits to it. And you could be like Netter and me, who went and we met people that we had only ever talked to online, like Culture Casino and WDW Pro and Jonas J. Campbell. Meeting them face to face, shaking hands with them. So I think to a degree you can say that they are friends in real life, because not only did we meet them face to face, but we will continue to do so at every opportunity. I don't really see that as being any different than a friend who moves away and you only see on very, very rare occasions, right? Most of my family falls into that, right? Until I was 21 years old, I lived with my mom. Then I got married. She moved to another state, and I see her much more rarely. So the two are not mutually exclusive, but there is a distinction. Mikey Susse says, positivity keeps us all hoping for better things. And I think that kind of hope, that kind of feeling, there is absolutely demonstrable scientific evidence that positive attitudes, biofeedback, all of that kind of stuff definitely help as well. Most doctors will tell you that whether or not they believe in God, they absolutely will tell you prayer is a good thing. It absolutely does help you heal, if only based on your faith in it. If you do any research, or look into the research that's been done on the placebo effect and how literally your mind can heal your body simply because you're taking a placebo. And you don't even need to believe in the placebo. You can know it is a sugar pill, and it will still have a positive impact on your healing. Good afternoon, Leia plus size. Hope all are having a good day. I hope you are having a good day as well. So I want to go back to, let's take the Wayback Machine real quick. We're going to go back to the late 80s, early 90s. Of course, a couple weeks back on last call, we were talking, well, for a couple weeks there, we were talking about the films of 85. We're going to get a little bit past that. Let's get up to 88, 89, getting into 90. I was in high school was I in high school? I was class of 89, right? Yeah, I was class of 89. So I just graduated high school. Graduated high school in 89. So it was 88 and 89, my junior and senior year in high school. I joined a local Star Trek fan club. And I ran into them at a local convention, sci-fi convention. They had a table, they were doing recruiting, and it was an annual fee. And they did this like Star Trek role playing by mail. This predates, internet stuff and chat rooms and stuff like that. The dial up stuff was just kind of starting to happen. And yeah. Oh, so you're a little bit older, huh? Okay, class of 83. Fair enough. I got real involved in that. It was the role-playing system that they used was based on the old FASA, so a lot of the canon was very loosey-goosey. We used to get into a lot of fights in that club about what was canon and what wasn't. And this was the era of next gen. So, okay, so Leia plus size, same graduating year. There you go. So this idea of there being a Klingon alliance with the Federation, and the popularity of Klingons was really taking off, and people wanted to play Klingons, and to kind of try to keep things, in concert with the canon of the show, they said, well, you can't be a Klingon and a member of the Federation, because as far as we know, Worf was the only one. It's a very unique circumstance. But they had also established that there was the ability to be in the Klingon Empire and do a trade. So, like in the one episode, Riker went and served aboard the Pach, a Klingon ship, and Worf's brother Kern came and served aboard the Enterprise. It was an exchange program. So we decided in the club we were going to start up this kind of an exchange program, and that if you were a Klingon, you would be considered to be part of this subgroup of the club. And over time, and there was another club that was out there, that had an outlet here in the Chicago area called CAG. And CAG had their own problems. They had their own internal strife, and there was a big schism, and it split off into a separate Klingon club called Klingon Armada International, Kai. And eventually, a lot of that kind of spilled over into the Federation Club and whatnot. And Netter and I met. We've talked about this many times. We met in that club. And we got to know a lot of people that were really into the Klingon thing, including regular Martini Gallary aficionado Marc Malnekoff and his wife Julie. And it was right around the time that a lot of strife was happening in our club that Netter and I left, and a bunch of other people left with us. And the club just fractured after that. I don't want to, sound like it all fell apart because of us. We were just, the glass was broken, and we just decided to walk through it. And that's when everything kind of shattered. So Marc and his wife ended up leaving, and all of us that had interest in the Klingons went and joined the group Kai. It was mostly centered here in the Chicago area, and there's no reason for me to get into all the history about it. A lot of people involved. Let me real quick see what you're saying here. There was a Virginia VA hospital in '69 that did a study. They gave 4 groups a vaccine, 2 groups a placebo, and one of the placebo groups was asked to pray, and everyone in the prayer group got better. Yeah, there you go. Just like the group that got the actual vaccine. Yep. Little fact, I did not get into Star Trek Next Generation until the 4th season. That's probably the best way to come into it, actually. That's when it was really starting to get good. Could never catch it a few years until a channel in my hometown picked it up late night. Yeah, you skipped over some of the worst episodes. It started getting better from 4th season on. And a lot of people believe that the same would have happened with Enterprise if it could have gotten a 4th season. It's kind of a shame. Troy, did you ever have an interactive contest between Trekkies and Warries? Star Trek. Early internet had some games between the two sci-fi franchises. Never did. I always avoided that because I'm a fan of both, and they are not in any way that I understand comparable. I've tried to watch videos comparing Federation ships to Star Wars ships, and I'm like, this is completely different technology, completely different philosophies. Saying one is better than the other is like saying, is it better to be a Christian or a Republican? I mean, one's a religion, one's a political ideology. They have very little overlap other than their worldviews, right? They have worldviews that might overlap a little bit, but, they don't function the same. And I would say Star Trek and Star Wars are kind of the same thing. You decide which one is the political ideology and which one's the religion. But anyway, so Marc and Julie and I met Evelyn Hampton, who many of you know, especially from the film rewatches. There's Marc Malnekoff right here. Here I are, thankful for another birthday. And this is why I wanted to talk about and be thankful for Marc Malnekoff today, because it is his birthday. Happy birthday, you old Klingon. Welcome, welcome. We're about to talk about you. Marc Malnekoff, his wife Julie, Netter, and I got to know Evelyn Hampton, who was the chief of staff for the Klingon Armada. And Marc and I got really involved in that group. And to some extent, that other group, the Klingon Armada. And it was always our hope, kind of like Spock. Spock wanted to reunify the Vulcans and the Romulans. Well, Marc and I have wanted to reunite the Klingon Armada International and the Klingon Assault Group. And we're still working on that. It seems to get closer to happening every single year. I got your old Klingon right here. Absolutely. Big Al says happy birthday to Marc Malnekoff. It was like the game of Risk, but more fun seeing how many ships could rule in the known galaxy. That's how my first channel on YouTube got started. My fleet called me a warlord. There you go. There you go. And happy birthday to Marc. So yeah, Netter and I hung out with the Klingon, and we have not been involved in a Federation centered Star Trek group since the early 90s. So what I want to do right now is, actually now is a great time to go to that station identification and give you the promos for this week, so I don't have to talk about them later. And then I got some slides to show you. Yes, I'm going to show you some slides. Just like we're all getting together and I'm showing you my vacation slides, something like that. So stick with me, just under 3 minutes, and we'll be right back.
You are watching Liquid Lunch, streaming every weekday at noon Central, 1 p.m. Eastern. Let's sip together.
This Thursday on Netter's Network, Netter has invited back a dear friend of the channel that, if you don't know him by now, where have you been? He's fighting the good fight for all of us in the streaming sphere because he wants us all to win. It's Deleted Scenes, this Thursday, 9 Central, 10 Eastern, on Netter's Network.
This week on Saturday Night at the Movies, life is like a box of chocolates as we sample the witty and thought-provoking Robert Zemeckis classic, Forrest Gump. Come watch along with us. The link to the live, off-platform stream of the feature will be provided in the chat on Netter's Network Retro Cinema, Saturday at 9 Central, 10 Eastern.
Every Sunday evening, Aged Boomer and Papa Pacelli bring you the rundown of the week's geek news, or at least what they think is interesting. You may have heard about it somewhere else, but Boomer and Pacelli put a spin on it you likely won't hear anywhere else. It's Geeky Geezers, every Sunday evening at 8 Central, 9 Eastern.
This week on Live from Sparkwood and 21, an actress begins to adopt the persona of her character in a film as her world becomes nightmarish and surreal. Join us for the second half of David Lynch's Inland Empire, this Tuesday at 7:30 Central, 8:30 Eastern on Deleted Scenes and Affiliates.
The United Planets of Teal and the Vandor Confederacy are at war. Now their two champions must do battle before the panel of arbiters to decide the outcome while the universe looks on. Simple enough. Except Tarrant's brother is the first champion of Teal and Servalan is the neutral arbiter. It's Death Watch. This Tuesday on Last Call presents Blake 7 at 10 p.m. Central, 11 Eastern.
We now return to our liquid lunch.
Okay. Let's go to the presentation. Don't know why I got that up, but let me share my screen. Entire screen. There we go. So here we've got an event at a local Walgreens. This was a Toys for Tots event. The Klingons would put up a display, attract people's attentions, get people to donate. Let me get this out of my face here so you can still see it. Would donate toys to Toys for Tots, and of course, the Marines are very much involved in that. So they would always send out a reserve member to assist us. And they would arrange to take the toys at the end of the day. So you'll see, starting from left to right, the first person you see there is someone you can actually find on YouTube, the Klingon Pop Warrior. She is dressed as the Klingon Elsa from Frozen because she translated "Let It Go" into Klingon, and she was actually reached out to by the representatives of Disney to include the song in their vault of official translations from around the world, and with Klingon, the galaxy. So she is holding a bottle that was made by Marc Malnekoff. He makes all of the most of the props that are used by people here in the Chicagoland area, and every performance of the Klingon language Klingon Christmas Carol. Their productions here and sometimes out of state too. But right next to her, the very second person you're seeing there is Evelyn Hampton. You may remember her from such Big Al Presents films as Reptilicus. And then the two in burgundy there, that's myself and Netter. So there you go. What else have we got? This is the same event, but now we have Marc in the picture and his wife, Julie. Different Marine. And John Shai, who is our local Klingon language expert. He is a true polyglot and linguist, and he can converse fluently in the Klingon language. Kolshivj, Dathvach Jaj, Marc Malnekoff. There you go. Is that singular or plural? Okay. Either way, that was very nice. And yeah, actually, that's a pretty good dress. She put that together herself. But yep, there's Marc Malnekoff, and everything he's wearing made himself. Let's see. His wife Julie. This is a convention I don't think that I attended. I was not there. This was at the Westin Hotel. Maybe I was. I don't remember. No, I don't think I was at this particular one. This one is a botleth of his own design. I really like this. I like the back-facing spikes, the hooks, and the in cuts. The other thing about this, Marc does a lot of woodworking, and you'll see he puts this leather strapping. That he does all of this by hand. He puts this leather strapping himself. And something that a lot of crafters don't do is he reinforces these tips, because this is wood, and those points would tend to chip off. Except he has his own proprietary method for reinforcing those, which I find brilliant. Here's a shot of him in the mirror. I really like that shirt. It looks like a chainmail, but it's a material. Here, I'm guessing that this was the Sunday of that convention, because they are dressed in what we like to call TOS Sundays. They dress as original series Klingons, so as not to have to deal with all the makeup. I believe, I can tell his work, because the paint pattern has that stone look to it. This is a Klingon, an original series era style Klingon rifle that Marc created himself. That's that KCC, folks. The weapon that hurts you back. Yes, exactly. That's what they called it. Yes, have a wonderful birthday, Marc. Let's see. Full length. There's another one of Julie in a better lighting. So here is Marc and Julie again with the Klingon Pop Warrior. She is also doing the original series. So it had to have been a Sunday. I'm almost positive that it was. Here's a picture of Marc, again in original series, in my home. Yes, this picture was taken about 10 feet to my left. So you see on the back wall my Klingon poster. This is actually Netter's crossbow, Diktach, my first botleth. So yeah, but yeah, here's Marc. Thank you so much. Geek Flag with Nate Knows says, you guys look like a fun bunch to hang out with. Well, I like to think so. Real Wade Nation Gaming Clips, welcome. Troy Pacelli is awesome. Oh, thank you. I so appreciate that. I really, really do. And let's see, what else have we got here? Now, here's a picture of Julie, Marc's wife. She's the one on the left with Denise Crosby. Yeah, she likes the axe. Here's a very different style uniform of Marc's own design. I really, really like that. I cannot absolutely promise. It depends. I need to know the time on that, because I just realized that Tuesday, of course, is live from Sparkwood and 21 and Blake 7. So I'll see what we can do. Let me know. Send me a DM with what the time is on that. I wanted to share this because a couple of reasons. First, it shows some of the merch for the Klingon Christmas Carol. Yes, the axe is called a J-Nash. A J-Nash. So these are some weapons that Marc had made specifically for the Klingon Christmas Carol for props, and they're being sold off to make money for the performance. And yeah, they had the soundtrack available for a very brief time. The Klingon Christmas Carol script bound, no longer available. I do have a copy of that. You can see the Klingon Pop Warriors album on sale here as well. Just wanted to show you some of Marc's work here. And there's Marc with Denise Crosby. Here's a Chicago winter. I'll tell you, wearing the full makeup and armor, that'll keep you warm in wintertime. Or your long winters of Rurapente. You can see he ranks as a general. Here's a family portrait. There's my bar back there. I at some point I want to be filming from this bar, but I'm not at this moment. Netter, myself, Marc, Julie, and right there in between, in the background, that's Evelyn. I don't have many pictures of Evelyn. Here's a great picture of Evelyn. She did a clever little thing with her makeup by just darkening. She gave the impression of ridges. She and I. That's me, by the way, without brows, for whatever reason. You know, maybe I had a run-in with a fire or something and it burned it off. But those vests we were wearing are paintball vests that I thought looked very much like what I envisioned as if you were to reimagine the original series vests going into, you know, the movie era and that style armor. Only come to find out that now in Strange New Worlds, it's a look very much like that they went with. We went there first, just saying. This is this gentleman in the middle is General Kapa, Pat Ryder. He is no longer with us. Before he passed, I wrote him a poem to glorify him and to tell the great deeds that he had done. Basically, I went and I talked to all the Klingons in the group, and I got the history of all the different events that he had gone to and what he had done, and I reworded them as though they were battles, and turned it into a poem for him, which he got to see before he passed. He used to come every year that he could. He would come. These parties that I used to have at my house, they were we had them every year in October, and we treated them as alternative Halloween parties, but they coincided with the Klingon holiday of Kitlop, which is kind of like a combination Armed Forces Day, Memorial Day, kind of thing. So anyway, yeah, that's just me having a blood wine. Julie in front of the Klingon flag with a cannibal tribble. I kid you not, it's a cannibal tribble. The one kind of tribble that Klingons actually purposely breed because they eat other Klingons, or they eat other Klingons. They eat other tribbles. Marc at the same event. Netter. By the way, this death sting that she's holding was made by Kapa, the gentleman that I showed in the previous picture. It's made out of wood, held together with screws. When you take it apart, it's got a camera flash in it. Yeah, it's actually pretty cool. She still has that. There it is. She's very proud of it. Now she's being attacked by triples. And I think, yeah, that is the last picture that I have. So we're back to the main stage. So why am I so thankful for these people? Honestly, they have been Marc, Julie, Evelyn, all of them have been in our lives in real life ever since Netta and I first met. They've been to our house. They've had meals with us, mostly Klingon meals and so forth. But it's been a lot of fun. And I feel like we need to honor people when we have the chance. Like Marc on his birthday today. Happy birthday, Marc. Because we don't tend to think about this enough. We are not guaranteed another day. So make sure you express yourself to your friends and family, your loved ones, whenever you get the opportunity. Don't wait. I was going through and pulling out those pictures, I was running into Khitlap from different years. I've got them in different folders for different years. And I realized that 2019 was the last year. Then COVID hit, and we haven't gotten together in that way since then. Never forget what they took from us. And that really did stop the momentum for the conventions. It stopped the momentum for the big get-togethers like that. And that really hurts. But we do have those really, really great memories. Marc says, Quathlo, you honor me, is what he says. And I'm glad you feel honored. You should feel honored on your birthday for sure. Gorilla's Random Thought says, Hapla. Yep, welcome. And Agent Boomer, good to see you, my friend. Yes, I will be hanging out with Aged Boomer and Deleted Scenes tomorrow for Last Call as we host a karaoke party. It'll be open to everybody. Still not sure exactly how we're going to do the rotation in and whatnot, but by all means, come and join us and maybe sing a song with us. You buy me enough drinks, I may sing for you too. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, that's what I really wanted to address today. That's where my gratitude is. And you guys talk about this all the time, how whenever you're feeling down, getting together with friends, even in this kind of a setting, really does help. It's encouraging, gives you a reason to continue. Look, I say it like every stream. The reason I do this is because of you. And I have got to admit, the struggles I've been going through between, my physical ailment and, the professional situation and all that kind of stuff, there are days I don't want to do this, but I'm committed. I've got to be there for Liquid Lunch. I cannot miss. There will be people going, where is the stream? And I know what it's like when you go to a stream that is there on a very regular, and it's like, I don't see a link. Where's the stream? So Netter says she sent me another picture she wanted me to bring up. Let me see. This is a good one. Okay, let me bring this one up here. Nope, that's not the one I wanted to bring up. Where is it? Where did it go? New tab. Here it is. F11. There we go. And where is my StreamYard now? Or my EVMux? There it is. Go back to the share screen. Share the screen. Yeah, this isn't easy. Why is this up there? It's not supposed to be. Get rid of that. Share. There we go. This one is again featuring some of the craftsmanship of Marc Malnekoff. Netter is holding like a Klingon trident, and I have something called an akleth. Some people call it a half-leth, or a botleth staff, but it is most appropriately called an akleth. And it is specifically the weapon of the Klingon cleric. Now, I've built my own lore around this item. You can see that it definitely has the blade of a botleth, and it gets cut off here, and then it's put onto a natural staff. I believe that the intent was to mirror the appearance of a shepherd's staff, because Klingon cleric, right? But the function of it for the Klingons, at least this is my theory on what it would be, is that it is a broken botleth, but they wanted to continue to use it for an honorable purpose. They attach the hooked blade to the end of a staff, and during battles, go out into the battlefield to send on the wounded and dying to Stovokor, both enemy and ally. That would have been the job of a cleric in battle. So, and both of these items were made for us by Marc. And this akleth, that branch that he made it from, he got that out in the woods. He just got it and treated it and turned it into an akleth for me. I am very, very, very pleased with that. That is a great memory. Let's go back to the main stage and say hi to some people that I saw come in. No, karaoke is tomorrow night. Tonight is Thursday Things with on Netter's channel with deleted scenes. Liquid lunch is the cornerstone of any good lunch. Agreed. Yes, that death sting that Pat made for her was originally a table leg, and he made it into a disruptor. Yep, I got that one. And I did not see Gorilla's random thoughts as I was talking, but welcome, Gorillas. Welcome, PJ of Orville Nation. Good to see you. And Bush McFadden, have not seen you in a while. I hope you are doing well, my friend. I hope you are doing very well. And as he's going through saying hi to everybody, that is awesome. Is Troy like 8 feet tall, or is that a little person? No, Netter is sitting. Netter is sitting in that picture. But yes, she is kind of tiny next to me. That is true. That is absolutely true. Yes, Netter is the queen of Klingon Atlantis. It's funny because when she had her Klingon armor commissioned, instead of going with gray, she went with a burgundy, because that's just a color that really, really suits her. And then we were at a steampunk convention, and she picked up some dragon scale gauntlets that she uses with the Klingon outfit. So if there is such a thing as a Klingon dragon, I think Netter is a Klingon dragon rider. I just heard a chime, which means Netter probably just sent me another picture. Let me take a look and see. Get rid of that. Okay, I'll bring that one up. F11. I wanted to make this about Marc and Julie and Evelyn, but, you know, here we go. Let me bring this up for you. This is the last slide. This is the last slide, I promise. Screen share. There we go. Share. Add to scene. I'll just blow this one up right here. So that's Netter having a bit of a laugh. She's sitting in the same position. So obviously this is the same picture. Obviously we were having a very good time. But yeah, that is why is this still here? There we go. This is just what we do. Blonde Klingons? Heresy. I am going to inform the High Council. It is rare, but there are blonde Klingons. That is true. There are also blonde Romulans and Vulcans as well. Not as common, but it does happen. Netter is a force to be reckoned with. Best security officer in the fleet. She absolutely is. She absolutely is. No doubt about it. I'm not bringing up another picture, Netter. I'm not bringing up another picture. We're done. That's it. In fact, I want to close out all of those. And, oh, I see. It wasn't Netter. It was Aged Boomer. Never mind. Oh, looks like we're going to have an in remembrance on Sunday for Geeky Geezers. Damn it. Okay. Anyway. Because we are thankful for the people that have influenced us, even if we are sad in their passing. Not that anyone here has passed. I hope we all live long and happy lives. But again, we are not guaranteed. Romulans are very tasty. The other white meat. Yes, that's true. She's proud to show off her hobby. Yes, absolutely. We'll do more pictures another day. I really had intended this to be really about Marc and Julie and Evelyn and some of my other Klingon friends. The important point is, though, that they not only are friends of ours in real life for over 30 years, but they've become friends of yours here in the Martini Gallery. I have a lot of friends that just don't even bother listening to my show. The folks that I play Dungeons and Dragons with every Wednesday. I tell them about my show. I tell them what I've been talking about. They never come around. So whatever. If you are sad, act, which is exactly why I do streams like this. That's a great point. So that really is my Thankful Thursday for today. Wanted to show and give honor to Marc, Julie, and Evelyn. Evelyn has been having some very, very serious medical problems lately, far worse than my broken foot. So I would please encourage you all of the prayers, vibes, good wishes, good thoughts, send them her way, please. It's important. Blonde Vulcans and Romulans are because of their human DNA. That's not always true. There are examples that are full-blooded Vulcans and Romulans. I know you're thinking, for example, of Sela and whatnot, but that's not always the case. Blondes do have more fun, as do the men that date them. Just saying. So that's our liquid lunch for today. I want to thank you so much. Next up, of course, will be over on Netter's Network this evening, where Deleted Scenes will be her guest. He is someone else that I'm very much thankful for, because he has contributed so much to our community and to this channel. So what I want to do real quick is I want to forward you guys all over to WDW Pro's channel. So I'm asking that you guys go over there and say hi to him and them, I should say, when you get there, tell them I sent you, because they are good people. And until next time, have a great one. Take care.
Goodbye. Hope to see you again real soon.
So here's to the daylight, the drinks and the fun, our liquid lunch, till the next one comes. With a wink and a smile, we'll be back real soon, chasing that jazz under the high noon.